Hi everyone, my name is Ashley, and for this assignment, I watched the Frontline documentary Trafficked in America. And this film basically follows the story of several Guatemalan teens who come to the US looking for a better life for themselves, but they end up being forced into labor on egg farms in Ohio. They are promised safety and opportunities, but they do not get that. They're met with fear, control, and abuse. The film really opened my eyes to how human trafficking can exist right here in our own country, and it's hidden in plain sight as well. So before watching this, I thought of human trafficking mostly as something that involved sex trafficking and that it happened overseas mostly. I didn't realize how big of an issue labor trafficking is in the US, especially involving kids that come here on their own. After watching it, I was really just heartbroken for these kids. I felt so angry and sad and helpless. Like there was nothing I could do for them. And it's really just hard to believe that human people are treated this way. And that systems that are meant to protect these people made it easier for traffickers to come and take advantage of them. The film made me realize how vulnerable unaccompanied minors are when they don't have someone looking out for them. So the takeaways, one of the most shocking parts was how traffickers use the immigration system to their own advantage. They act as sponsors for these unaccompanied minors, and they pretend like they're going to take care of them, and then they force these kids to work to pay off debt or fake debts, and they control everything that they do. They control their housing, they control their movement, and they control even who they talk to. Another thing that really hit me was how so many of these warning signs were ignored. These little boys were working 12-hour shifts or 12-hour days, which is insane. And they're living in filthy conditions, and they're not getting paid for any of this, so they're literally being enslaved. There were reports made to the law and also to the trafficking hotline, but nothing was done. It just shows how disconnected our system is, and how disconnected it can be when these agencies aren't communicating with each other. Also, the documentary states that there are about 17,500 people who are trafficked into the US every year, most ending up in agriculture, construction, or domestic jobs. That number shocked me. It just shows how massive this issue is and how much of it goes unseen. I would have never guessed that many people each year are that's just crazy to me. One of the major policies connected to this issue is Trafficking Victims Protection Act, which was first passed in the year of 2000. It's meant to prevent trafficking, protect victims, and punish the traffickers. But the film showed how policies don't always play out that way in real life. There are serious gaps, especially in monitoring unaccompanied minors after they are released to sponsors. Because of that, the policy sometimes fails the people it was meant to protect. Many victims are scared to speak up because of their immigration status or fear of deportation. So even with policies in place, these kids still slip through all of the cracks. To close this up, in my community, I think that more awareness is needed for sure about labor trafficking. It's not something that most people talk about. Personally, I've never heard anyone talk about it. and the silence is a huge reason why it continues. I believe that we need stronger collaborations between schools, social workers, and the law enforcement, and more training to recognize these signs earlier on. We also need to hold companies more accountable for how they get their labor and support organizations that provide housing, counseling, and legal help for survivors. Watching Trafficked in America just remind me how important the human service field really is. We have the power to advocate for these people who have no voice and to make sure that exploitation like this doesn't get ignored. So that's all I've got, and thank you for watching.